claim they take more time. Because once you are going, and then many people, they think that it is courtesy they are extending to you, you have come, that they are talking other things. See, while you are in your mind upset, but the other person is thinking, I am doing him a favor, that I am giving my time to him, talking about things. Again, communication, language, understanding, your talk, no verbosity, listen to the point you answer. Agenda must proceed. Frankly speaking, yours is technical, so I am not able to give any comments. But all other meetings, all other management meetings can be done within half an hour with any kind of. Society meetings, where again, those are all professionals who are members of the society, but because they make personal issues, that's a different matter. That is also bad. But here also, because some unimportant things must be creeping in, therefore the meetings take long. And if the meetings don't take long time, it is much better. Meetings don't take long. Yes, who else will like to talk about? Yes, yes, sorry. No, you can keep sitting. I'll have plenty of opportunity to call you. Last time I think each person had to come 4-5 times minimum. Because by calling here only those who attended last first session, I think they had no problem in coming here. That was removed. Yes.
Just to share something around this meeting overshooting in terms of time. Kaustuv and I work in a very same team. We do have a methodology where we do have update meeting. It's used to run pretty long than the scheduled duration.
Scheduled duration would be
15 minutes. It's supposed to be 15 minutes.
50, 15.
Now, what used to happen is everybody feels like the problem or the kind of identified solution is important enough to be told to everyone. So it used to run like anything. So one good thing he has started is, initially he said wherever there is something either from the our side or from the customer side which is potentially with overshoot in terms of time, technically or maybe different approach.
No, I have not understood. Say it
So
again.
this is a joint meeting wherein
No, I have understood the client or this, but what's the point you want to make?
Yeah, I just want to make how assertiveness has made a difference in our way of working in terms of the time which is used to be taken for meeting and what is right now. With the change what Kaustuv has brought in. So he doesn't hesitate to assertively tell like, okay, this is not an agenda of this meeting.
Right.
So there has to be a different meeting with a specified agenda of discussing one particular line of solution or one particular problem or the thing. So the 15 minutes update meeting these days is getting over in 10 or 11 minutes.
So that is the ideal thing.
Yeah, that's what.
In fact, I read Bill Gates when he was on command. He wrote a book. So he wrote 2 books. So in one of the books, he mentioned these meetings are eating away our revenue. Because if a meeting is supposed to last, then he says, okay, before the meeting, we ensure that everybody is exchanging emails. And on an average, in Microsoft at the time when he wrote the book, says on an average, 100 emails go and 100 emails on an average come to an employee. So that things are clear, made crystal clear before you meet. Now, for the chairperson or for the leader, it's important to, until your team realizes this is the code, to specify the code. Okay, this is how we have 10 minutes or 15 minutes. This is the agenda. Agenda should be circulated, that you must be doing. Agenda is circulated beforehand. Now, this is the agenda we have to do it in 10 minutes and 5 minutes we'll have open discussion. That's always better. Now, then you should say that only one person should speak at a time. Then, one point is if it is spoken by one person, should not be repeated. Then, the same point should not be extended just because you want to establish, yes, you know more. This also happens in the organizations. So that, now this is for the chairperson or for the leader or for the group leader to say in the meeting until your team understands that our meetings go like this. But not only say, then ask, do we agree? No, everybody is bound to say we agree because these are not the bad things. Now once they agree, then you remind them. Anybody deviating from what he has agreed in the meeting, you remind them. So this is how you will control the behavior. Ultimately, the problem is only with the behavior, with our behaviors, our interactions. Now, interpersonal skills will be only for the leader, it will be to identify, first to understand each person individually, and then communicate, but one size does not fit all. So therefore, you have to deal with the different team members accordingly, and then align them with your vision. Align them with your vision. And what is your vision? Your vision will be only as a leader, your vision will be if we must do as far as possible job without any problem, without any defect, and in time. This is the only two things. Right? Now, again, I keep on repeating that management is a science, not an art. But your understanding, your interpersonal skills is your patience and your devotion to the duty. Okay. Look, ultimately I am making my life comfortable and also my team members' life comfortable. Yes, what you have to say? Yes. Yeah.
Well, I have a different set of problems which, as per the form have identified.
A little louder, please.
I have different set of problems.
Yes, I have.
I don't decide how many times I should be interrupted.
No, you don't decide.
Yeah. So
nobody decides.
Yeah. So that's one thing. I never reserve certain hours for colleagues to visit me. We basically work in a Scrum methodology. So the idea of the Scrum is that it's more of collaboration. So team sits very closely. We sit in a cubicle structure. So there are interruptions that keeps on coming. As and when somebody has certain problem, and that's how it should work. So I don't know. It's
it's a collaboration is a good method.
Yeah. But it's an ad hoc collaboration. So there is a set structure where we have certain meetings, but there are interruptions that come across, throughout the day. So how do we deal with it? I cannot simply say no. I cannot spend some time with you at this point in time. So how should we?
Why you could not say that?
I don't know.
What is the assertiveness if it is not there? I sometimes tell my wife, I need your help, and the help is that you leave me alone.
No, I cannot keep him.
No, I will not say like this, otherwise. But I think just to give you an example, you have to be assertive.
Yeah, but
yes,
sorry, but I cannot keep him stranded for, let's say, half an hour just for I don't know what problem he has. So there are interruptions that will keep on coming, and I think we cannot do anything about it. simply, yeah, being assertive
No,
is one thing.
No, interruptions coming from whom?
The team members.
Team members.
Yes.
Now, what do they ask?
It is something related to the
Work.
project. Okay, and at times there are informal
that,
things.
no,
as well.
one. That means if they are asking you about the project,
Right.
which you are supposed to already explain to them in the beginning.
Not exactly. There are certain doubts that they come up with, So,
Everybody comes out with some kind of doubts.
yes, because I am a business analyst, so my job is to write down requirements, and there are certain negative scenarios that they discuss. So, of course, I cannot have everything documented, but then they ask certain things how they should work, or further clarification to what is written.
No,
down.
actually, business analyst is most important in your kind of business. You have
Yes.
to sort of understand the client's requirement, and then you interpret to the
Yes.
organization.
Yes.
So, I'm just trying to understand why this should be so difficult that people should have interruptions. Because if you have understood, it is for you to understand, and then it's for you to explain.
Right.
Now, if you have understood and you have explained to whomsoever it is possible, then yes, at some time some problems can, but why it should be frequent?
Yeah, I mean that is what the problem is. So it's
Better.
not that frequent, but then that might. I mean, it diverts from what you have decided to do for the day.
No, don't change. What I am saying is why it is. First you said frequent.
Yes.
Why it is frequent? Number two. Then you say it is not that frequent. Number two. Number three. I'll ask you what you are doing. You as a leader are doing to reduce these interruptions.
There's nothing I could do.
Pardon?
There is nothing I could do. I mean, they have certain doubts, so I try
No,
to manage
why
my-
you as a proactive person, why you don't foresee that these are the possible doubts and later on they'll trouble me? Why not in the initial stage itself I'll explain to you? You see, persisting problem, you have to find some kind of at least effort. I don't say 100% once you will do and the problem will be resolved. So therefore my question was, what you are doing to resolve this?
Well, what we do is we have a walkthrough of the requirements initially, but then they don't really look into the requirements.
That means they are not attentive at that time.
Yes,
At
and
that time, that means
it's not they are not attentive. They look
Beta,
at the-
I am a little bit exaggerating just to understand. I am not saying that everybody is not attentive, otherwise how the work will go on.
Right.
So I am saying only just to understand, just to pinpoint why this communication gap. After all, you understand, you are an analyst, you understand and you explain. Now if you understand correctly and if you explain correctly, then also there should be some, but the doubts etc. should be very low. The percentage should be very low.
No, I think the problem here actually is not about the interpretation or the understanding of the requirement.
No.
What happens is, what business gives him, he try to write it as technical as possible so the person can understand. But when the technical person starts to code it or work on it, so they come up to some scenarios, they see which conflicts with what the requirement is been written. So that it could be like a list of people who are seeing a certain project, but how do you manage it? If I do this one, this might get hampered. So those kind of doubts is what he gets.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
So again, that thing, I think the interpretation.
No,
that would be-
if the other person is proactive means why you don't apply your mind. I am sorry, but what I am doing is I am being a little blunt because we must understand. Unless and until if you just listen a lecture, what will it happen? Nothing. So therefore, we must understand okay, what is it? Now he says the coder he does, that means the coder is not decisive.
He is decisive, but what happens? He would try to implement what he has written to it. But when he does that, what happens in technical term is when you start working on certain requirement, you do an impact analysis. Like if I am working on this, I have to change this part. So this part, what would it hamper? What would change a thing? So how to handle that? Okay, if he does that without asking, so again it will occur as a bug. So how to avoid that? What can be done? So those kind of
No, as an analyst, cannot he visualize that this is the kind of possibility? I again say, I say if you have understood what are the client's requirement, you have analyzed, and you are getting the same thing implemented. Now, is it? I do not know. I am not a technical man. Are you not able to analyze? Are you not able to visualize?
No, it is not.
Visualize that this kind of problems will come.
It is not the case. I mean, see, they refer the document that I create, okay, and the document is such that the document only says what the system should do, and there are no negative scenarios. So these are certain
But
things which
why?
come up.
No, I understand. You said there are no negative scenarios.
Right.
At that time, can't you say that this should not happen? These are the things which must be avoided.
To an extent, yes, I do mention that, but there are still few things that, see, document always cannot be complete, or I cannot have the whole scope written down in 20 page of document.
No, I understand. That again is your brevity of the communication. Brevity. If you say, okay, this is not possible, then it will not be possible. But can't you reduce? Can't you be more specific? Can't you, now possibly some people don't understand. I don't know. Some of your team members, they are not receptive. So they will not understand, but they will tell you, okay, I have understood. Even if you ask, have you understood? Okay, I have. But you will find, if you study, you will find the same people coming with the same kind of problems. More or less. I am not saying 100%. More or less. So therefore, as we discussed it is last time, it is for the leader to understand the team members and then to align the team in such a fashion that it starts working seamlessly and without much problem. These are the problems. Interruptions are the problems. Now, I have not been able to satisfy you, I understand, but I don't see any reason why, without applying your mind, you should continue to suffer these problems. So, according to me, I don't know, I am not a technical, but you try to put your mind on how I can be more explicit. How these negative things, as a proactive, I should understand and I should tell them. If not making document, when I am having a meeting, these things should not happen. Yes. Yes, madam.
Most of the my doubts are there. Whatever we done.
I am so glad. Which one are left?
The priority one. I set my priority that one task and the other task. But sometimes it happens that client says I want this on priority.
Yes, I think this is a perennial problem. Sometimes clients keep on changing. I do not know in your business they should not change once they have fixed.
It's very frequently in our business that it will keep on changing.
What?
It is very frequent that the requirement will keep on changing.
Actually, it is in all business. Client keeps on, because of the mind of the client, he keeps on changing. But then I think here at the time when you have when you accept a job, at that time you have to make it as explicit as possible. And as explicit as possible. And then if you change, you say you are changing this, it is going to cost you more. Number one, you are changing this, therefore it will cost you more time.
So we have accepted that and we are doing that.
Pardon?
We have accepted that in our job, like things are going to change and we have to work accordingly.
No, so then there is no, if they are paying you money, if they are giving you more time, then there is no problem. No, we are discussing only the problem.
But if it happens that your other task will be affected, you said you are doing one technical thing and other technical thing comes. You have to set your mind, you have to recollect all the information, you have to fix that problem.
No, see, life is not a straight line. If there is some tsunami, there should be some provision for disaster management. So you have to visualize. Now, what we are talking is something which is happening again and again. And I can assure you, if you document it, same problems are happening again and again. Interruptions is happening again and again. Some people would come when you are working on a serious project, but he's a nice, he wants to meet you and chat you, but at that time it is only your ability to, yes, be very polite, very nice to him or her, and then ensure that he or she, you have a meeting another time, but you concentrate on your work. So this is only hesitation. Hesitation. What he will think. Senior or your friend in the organization also. Be a friend, we don't want to annoy them. But that is only fear. If I don't do this at this time, he or she will be annoyed. It's only fear. If we explain to them properly, and suppose I say, yeah, okay, I can't discuss with you now, but I'll come back to you after 1 hour. Then what is my duty? That after 1 hour, I must go back to him. That if we, as a habit, we are doing,